Hi everyone, welcome to the course, and today we will be starting with our spread operator. So let's see what spread operators are. So it's basically one of the feature again from AS6. And now why do we want to use it? Because let's take an example. There is an array, right? And you want to separate out the elements from an array. Okay, so what you will do is you will use spread operator. We will also see what is the bad way to do it, but and why do we use spread operator, we will understand. So now let's start with this thing. So basically spread operator is nothing, it is like we are unpacking an elements from an array. Okay, so let's create an array. I will say const, let's suppose I have numbers. Okay, so numbers, let's suppose I have 4, 5 and 6. And now let's suppose I want to console it. Console dot log numbers. Okay, so let's go live from here and read it. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to go it into console and we'll see. See, you got 4, 5 and 6. So now what do we want from this? We don't want this 4, 5, 6 like this. What I actually want that if I do console dot log. Now in spread operator, you will use 3 dots and you will see how the magic happens. So let's suppose 1, 2, 3. And what you have to do is your variable name in which your array is stored. So basically you want to give the name of an array. So put over here numbers. I want to write it over here spread with spread operator. Okay, so now let's see. See, with spread operator, you got 4, 5, 6, but these values are separated, right? Whereas in normal console of your array, you were getting 4, 5, and 6. So this is how your spread operator works. So let's suppose if you have not used your spread operators. I want to take one more example. Let's suppose I said that let's have my array collection. Okay, now I don't want these things. Let's suppose I have 1, 2 and 3. I want to add some elements to my array, new array collection. But in new array collection, I want to keep the previous array collection also. So how I will do it? What you guys will do? Let's suppose you want to create const new array collection. Okay, so you know that we have to use a camel case, so we will do that. Let's put this array. Okay, and how you will go? So if there are normal people, so how they will do it, which is the bad practice. See, you will write over here. Let's suppose you want to add 5, 6 and 7. Let's suppose 4, 5, 7. Okay, and I want to comment this out. Now you want the previous elements also in this array. So what you will be doing is you will say array collection at 0. Let's suppose you don't want this. Okay, you don't want it to put it in array. So yeah, as it is suggesting that array collection 2, you know that at array collection 2 position, 0th position we have 1, and then at 1 position we have 2, and second position we have 3. So let's console your new array collection. This is without spread operator. So let's suppose, see what you got without spread operator. You got 4, 5, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and your previous collection 1, 2, 3, which is a bad. See, if you can do something with only one word, is it necessary to put extra things? No, we always want to reduce the number of lines of code, right? So let's see how you can do that. Simply what you will do is you will put your dot 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 array collection. Now you will see that with spread operator how you will get your. See, you got the same thing but in a more efficient way. I hope you have understood this thing. Now let's see one more example, that if you want to combine two arrays, you saw that you want to combine two arrays, you can, if you want to add something into your array, you can use your spread operator. If you want to add previous things to your new one. Now let's see if you want to combine two arrays, how you will do that. I am going to modify this thing only. So let's say I have here my 4, 5 and 7. See, I am taking the simplest example so that you can understand the concepts clearly. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to combine it. So my combined array will be over here. Array collection, which is my old one, right? Let's suppose I've added old over here. So I'll write old array collection, comma, your new array collection. Okay. So what you will get as a result, let's see. You got 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 7. But if you see that you have got this and this in a separate way, why you have got this separated? If you can find the reason, because I have used the array name. I have not used my spread operator over here. Now that is why you have got your two arrays but separated. So this is not basically a combined array. These are two separated array which got printed. Now to combine it, you will use spread operator for this one and spread operator for this one. Okay. So you will see that you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So you have combined the array. So if you want to combine any of the two arrays, you can go with this method. Now let's move ahead. Let's say I have a string. Okay, I have a string called spread operator. Okay, I have spread operator written over here. Now what I want is, I want const my spread old sport split letters. Okay, I want to split out my letters from this spread operator. So what I will do is I will just put dot dot dot. Now I want to show you one more thing. Right over here your old operator array collection. So you will get an array. You will get an error. Why? Because you need to define it in your array, right? So this error will go away. Now let's see. You want to print out over here your split letter. So do your split letters. Now let's check out. See, you got your 15 letters from an string, right? So from an string, your separated letters are stored in an array. Now you have each one of them, even your space also, right? So this is how spread operator works in your string. Now let's see how these things work in an, okay, let's see one more example. Let's say I have this only, right? I have an old thing and now I want that to copy in my new variable. Okay, so let's suppose I have numbers over here. Now I want numbers, copied numbers. Okay, copied numbers. So same way you will do it. You will use spread operator plus your name of the array. Done. So you will console your copied numbers. You will see that you have 4, 5, 6 in your new variable. See 4, 5, 6. So this is how, if you want to keep the old things as it is, so that you can move forward with the new things, like you want the replica of one another, so you can basically go with your spread operator to copy the elements. Now what do I want? Let's move ahead. Now I want to do the same thing with the object. Now let's see how you can do or use your spread operator in an object. So first of all, let's create an object collection. So I will explain you object with a live example. Okay, let's suppose you have an API. Okay, so let's suppose I have API of users. Okay, users. So how do you create an object? So okay, before moving to this example, I just want to create a normal objects. So username is, let's suppose, Kajal, and I want to go with passion, or let's suppose with the email. Okay, email I want to go with Kajal @incubrix.com. Okay, I got my name plus email. Now this is one object. Let me just put some error for you. Let's suppose if I will write over here users like this, you know, this is the spread operator. So I want to know from your side, think about it, that will you get this object elements or not? So let's see. See, you will not, because you got an syntax error. Why? This is an object and it's not iterable. I cannot just access the object like this. If I want to access it, I want to put it inside an curly parenthesis. So wait, curly braces. Okay, so this is how you will write it. And now let's see, you got your name plus your email. Now let's assume this is an API response. Let me convert this into an API response. There is one API. API is basically used to access the data, or we want to fetch the data on our front end part. So basically we use an array of object. In API we have a array of object only. So this is the array. There is one object and I want to create one more. Let's suppose there is one more user Rahul and his email is also the same. Means the name obviously is going to change. So we'll put over here Rahul it's a name, so let's keep it a little. Okay, so user is ready. Now I want to copy and paste and I want to get one more API. Let's suppose this API contains what we can name it. Let's suppose we have favorite, or let's suppose put hobby. Okay, I want to combine user plus their hobby. Okay, so let's suppose I have over here, let's suppose Kajal ID is 1 over here, and I want hobby, or let's suppose activity, I want to put as coding. Okay, so I'll have the same thing over here for the Rahul, but now ID for the Rahul will be 2 and his activity will be, let's suppose, reading. Okay, now I want to combine this. So how I will do that? You already know this thing. What you will do, you will have, now I am just giving you a time to think that how you will do it. I just have an array. What I did is I just put an array, and inside that this I put users with the help of spread operator, and now I will be putting hobbies. So think about it, what I will get when I will console it. See, I got an array. Okay, basically that array is containing my users plus hobby. Okay, so we have this name Kajal and Rahul, and we have their hobbies also. Okay, so this is how you can combine your object using an spread operator. I hope you have understood the topic of spread operator very well. So try to implement it and practice more as much as you can do it. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's meet in next lecture. Thank you.